Hi guys, my name's Amanda.
My name's Torina.
And I'm Pearlena.
And today we're going to be dissecting a turtle.
Right there.
So first we're going to talk about the shell. So the shell is composed of two different parts. We have the dorsal carapace and then we have the ventral plastron. The top is green to help it camouflage itself in its green habitat, and then the bottom helps camouflage it when it's swimming in the water. So the top half of the shell, the carapace, is formed from the fusion of the ribs, the vertebrae, and other bones as well. As you can see, that is the vertebrae. The bottom half, the plastron, is created from the fusion of the clavicle, the inner clavicle, and other bones as well. The turtle is attached to its shell. It can't just slip out like it does like in cartoons. And then here's our turtle. And as you can see, there were some muscles that were attached to the bottom plastron, which made removal of the shell a little difficult.
Okay, right here you can see that they have scaly skin. With their scaly skin, they depend less on water and also protects their body from the outside world. So this is the oral cavity of the fossil of the turtle, also referred as the buccal cavity. For our specimen, we can open the mouth of it, but the mouth is the first step of the digestive system, which leads to the esophagus, which is right here. Esophagus will lead to the stomach, which is right under the liver. Within the stomach, the food is mixed with the acidic gastric juices and broken down by the muscular contractions of the stomach. And then the stomach will go straight to the small intestines, which absorbs the nutrients. Then it leads to the large intestines, which is right here to the bottom. So this is inside of the stomach. By looking at, there's nothing undigested in there, but this is where the gastric juices would be at to break down all the food or any material. So for the gallbladder, which is right here, the gallbladder stores and concentrates bile secreted by the liver, and it delivers it to the duodenum through the paired bile ducts. Beneath the gallbladder is the pancreas. The pancreas is the major gland of the digestive system, which secretes juices into the small intestines, which is this part right here, and also right there. The liver is the most prominent organ of the body cavity, and has many functions. It metabolizes carbohydrates and fats, which serves as a quick storage and retrieval of energy. The liver produces bile and bile salts that emulsify fats in the duodenum. For our specimen, all the organs shifted downwards. The liver is supposed to be a little bit up more, and the stomach is supposed to be by the liver. If you look at this model, the liver is like right here, and the stomach is right there, and ours is like down there. So here we have the trachea, and the trachea is a passageway for air that leads to the lungs. The trachea lies ventral to the esophagus, which is right here, and the esophagus is the passageway for food to the mouth of the stomach. As we go down the trachea and follow it, it leads to the lungs, and the lungs add oxygen and remove the waste gas, carbon dioxide. This is done in conjunction with the circulatory system by a network of capillaries in the lungs. Air passes into the lungs and goes through a series of channels called the bronchioles that progressively get smaller. So here we have the turtle brain. It's a little eyes. Since it's too small to be talking about, I'm going to use the brain of an alligator that resembles a turtle. So here's a diagram of the turtle brain, and on the left we're going to be talking about the different regions. These are the different regions. First region we're going to be talking about is the cerebrum, which is responsible for processing sensory information like vision, hearing, touch, and smell, and language and memory abilities. The cerebellum, also not on this diagram, is located in the dorsal region of the brain, and it's responsible for the balance and equilibrium, motor coordination, and muscle tone. On the diagram, number 9 is the spinal cord, and it extends from the brain down the vertebral column, and it consists of nervous tissues, the medulla, which is segment on here, and then for our alligator brain, which would be right here, controls the atomic activities such as respiration, blood circulation, heart rate, swallowing reflexes, and other involuntary functions. It is one of the first structures of the brain to appear. This is the heart of the turtle. The 3 chambers, which is so this is this direction. The left atrium, the right atrium, and then the single vesicle. And then on the turtle, where's my? This is their left. This is the left atrium, right atrium, and then the main vesicle. So, and then the pulmonary artery, which takes the blood to the right and the left of the lungs, and then the right aorta, which supplies the blood to the head, limbs, and the lower body. And then on the model, this is the pulmonary and then the right aorta. So here's the heart out of our turtle that Amanda had cut out. The right atrium is still intact, so is the left, and then so is our central vesicle, although the arteries are cut off. Okay, so comparing the actual heart to the model, we cut it similarly to how the model was cut. So as we pull our main vesicle up, we can see similar features. And these little indentions right here, I assume is where like the heart gets pumped into, and then it gets pumped out from the arteries, where ours are cut off, but you know.
The reproductive system is responsible for producing young, and all turtles are oviparous, so they lay their eggs as part of their life cycle. And the fertilization is internal, so the male turtle possesses a penis, which is inserted into the female cloaca, which is the opening that is used for reproduction as well as like excretory purposes. So the testes, we do have a male. They are located right here. That's one of the testes right over here. And that's where the sperm will be produced in a male. Females possess ovaries that are egg-filled. We don't have a female. But females will lay their eggs and bury them, and they'll leave the site, and there's no further prenatal care after she has buried her eggs. So next we're just going to discuss the excretory system. So the main organ of the excretory system are the kidneys, which are located right underneath the testes. These are the black things right over here. The kidneys remove like ions, water, and other wastes in the turtle's body. The wastes are excreted as uric acid, and they're stored in the urinary bladder, which is right here. These 2 little flaps over here. And they're released into the external environment as uric acid, and they exit through the cloaca, which is the opening on the turtle.